Hi, my name is Mark Cosgrove, and welcome to A Minute with Mark. So we get a lot more information now than we ever did before. It comes at us through social media and other channels, but I don't know that we engage with it. And if we want to be better at being at work, or just even keep up with being at work or being in the world, engaging with new ideas, finding out what smart people are saying and thinking is critical. So that's why I think we need to talk about reading. And so I wanted to just share, as the year thankfully comes to an end, some of the stuff that I've read or been reading that I think is important. And I invite you also, wherever you're watching this video, on LinkedIn or wherever, or on YouTube, put a comment down as to what you've been reading. Either you can also, comment on what I've shared, but also yourself. So a couple of books I wanted to share. The first one, I can't talk about any list of books without talking about How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, as many of you probably know, I was a Carnegie Master Trainer for many years. I worked for the company, and so I was very deeply steeped in the work of Dale Carnegie. And he really was a genius for a few things. First of all, he was probably one of the first people to say, we can actually be better at being in our lives. We can be better at being at work. We can be better parents and spouses and friends and colleagues by the application of some knowledge and a lot of effort. Before that, people just kind of thought you were who you were and you couldn't kind of change it very much. So he was the first one to do it. And his second genius was he figured out how, which was, if you want to get better at something, look at someone who's good at it, figure out what they're doing, and then do that. And that's what this book is. It's based on hundreds or maybe thousands of interviews that he did at the time to figure out, how do charismatic people be charismatic? How do happy people be happy? How do good parents be good? This kind of thing. And then just kind of deconstructing it and boiling it down to 30 what he called human relations principles. So if you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People, read it. I guarantee you your boss, your CEO has read it. And if you have read it, read it again. The second book, a little bit more recent than that one, is this. It's called Atomic Habit by James Clear. A lot of people are talking about this book. It's a pretty awesome book. And in it, what James Clear basically says is we fail to change our behavior, our habits, because we usually take on too much. We say, I'm going to run a marathon. It's like, well, you're not. You're probably going to fail at that. And you're going to fail at that because you've simply taken on too much. You try a couple of times, maybe you do a little bit of progress, you have a setback, and then you fail. And the problem with that kind of a failure is it reinforces this idea that, oh, there's no point, I'm a failure. So what Clear says is change your habits, either acquiring good new ones or getting rid of old bad ones, one atom at a time, by simply shifting your behavior in tiny little increments. It's sustainable, it's doable, hell, it's easy. And by doing that, you can actually make a lot of changes by piling these atomic changes one on top of the other. So, Atomic Habit by James Clear and How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, those are the two books I wanted to talk about today. So, in the comments below, what books have you read? What should we be reading? And we'll talk to you soon. My name is Mark Cosgrove, and this has been A Minute with Mark.